it going, everybody? YouTube should be kicking up here in just a minute. Hope everyone had a nice 11-game slate on Thursday yesterday. Maybe you made some money playing Showdown or something like that. 3 games tonight, and normal lock time. This is gonna be more like a turbo slate, really. All the games starting within a half hour of each other, so you're gonna know where you're at pretty quick. That's always fun. It's always fun if you're winning. If not, it's a close laptop night, and you move on to tomorrow's slate. Let me add the channel quick. Tell everyone that we're live. Some people don't know the time just yet, but this is going to be at 4 Eastern, essentially every day, Monday through Friday, and then we're going to try to get as many Saturday shows going as well. Probably going to be me tomorrow. If anybody's wondering on the schedule, probably just going to be me alone. I don't even know what we have going on tomorrow, but we'll worry about that later. We'll go over lineup study. We'll go over Yahoo Daily Fantasy Sports. As you can see in the upper right-hand corner here, the Yahoo Daily Fantasy Sports is the presenting sponsor of the Nhl Dfs strategy show. If you are looking to play more Nhl Dfs, Yahoo is a pretty good place to do it. Tonight they're running out the $12 with 11.3% management fee, much lower than what you're going to find over on Draftkings or Fanduel. If you're looking to make money, you should be playing on Yahoo, especially if you're a lower stakes player. Like if you're not in the upper tier, I think you should be getting around and playing on Yahoo. And when you do, make sure you use the promo code AWESOMO. You can find more information on that in Emacs Primetime NFL articles that he does such a good job on. So feel free to check those out. Get up to $30 in Yahoo Sports rewards points. That is essentially cash on Yahoo Daily Fantasy Sports. Last night wasn't too bad. Felt like I had a chance, at least personally. It wasn't too bad. Let's look at it. I've got lineup study pulled up. Lineup study, if you guys haven't watched or don't know what it is, it's part of an FC Pro add-on, which you can get through us at awesemo.com with your Awesemo Plus FC membership. And again, if you want to use promo code Hit the Ice to get 50% off your first month of All Access Premium, feel free to do that. That promo code is right below me on your screen if you have trouble remembering that later if you're going to sign up. Is Yahoo's same stacking concept? Might play there tonight. Yeah, it's similar to the other sites. 2 goalies is the key over on Yahoo. So yeah, just go read up on the scoring. It's pretty easy to play there. A lot of people don't stack, and I think you're going to run into a lot of softer competition. Yeah, Liam hits it on the head. It's a little different because you have 1 less wing spot and 2 goalies. That's all. So you could use projections if you want. Plus minus as well. When you add FC to your Awesemo membership, do you automatically get FC Pro or is it extra? FC Pro is actually an additional add-on through Fantasy Cruncher. So you will get billed through Fantasy Cruncher for that. So you have to buy that in addition to Awesemo Plus FC. If you ever have any questions, feel free to email support@awesemo.com. That'll be Josh and myself and Nolan and Sam going through those. So hopefully we can help you out. If you ever have any issues or want to learn more about the packages, you can, of course, go to awesemo.com/join. And we've got a new thing where you have like prompts to see what kind of package might fit you best, depending on what you're trying to get out of your subscription. Are there any NHL articles today? Yes. Since it is for this season, or at least we're going to start by on slates of less than 4 games, we're probably going to not have the power plays article. Anything 4 or more, we will have power plays. I'll do the cheat sheets Monday through Saturday. I put the cheat sheets in there. The the format was thrown off this morning because of some WordPress issues. But anyways, that should be looking good now. I'm looking at it on my end. It looks fine. Just some preliminary kind of picks for you guys for free. And there's some information about joining and Alex's projections, ownership that we now have, which is pretty exciting. Cool to get to reference that in the show. What's up, Llama? You maxed it? You maxed the Minimax? There we go. That's what I like to see. Llama playing. It's Llama's birthday, so show Llama some love. One of the better parts of being in Slack, premium Slack. That's premium Slack is a huge part of the Osmo Plus NHL membership. A lot of good people in there sharing information, anything they see with line changes and all that. So kind of looking out for one another, and some pretty sharp people in there too. Top stack chart, we are working on that. We're working on that. We're trying to get ownership as close as possible. Alex is working really hard on ownership. So we had that roll out yesterday in a beta form. It's only going to get better. So just give it some time. It's not going to be perfect right away. Like some of the other sports where it's just so close. It's kind of scary. NHL is being worked on. All right. Let me close Netflix. I don't know why I was going to watch the new Breaking Bad movie earlier while I was doing work. But I think that's one probably I'm going to want to not be doing anything and just like actively watching that. Was a big Breaking Bad fan. Kind of right towards the end of when it came out, and then I've watched it a couple times since. So pretty pumped to watch this movie probably tonight. I'm sure you guys have, some of you have probably already seen it. Some of you big fans. Let's go to lineup study. Opening up the $10 from yesterday, and our own 1-800 Eddie takes it down 20K. I went to bed kind of early last night. I didn't have anything cooking, but I was waking up and I saw Eddie had this lineup at the top, and it was looking really good. I think he was in like the top 50, had a bunch of PMR left, had the Arizona 4-man. I'm pretty jealous of Eddie, honestly, because he played the Dvorak, Schmaltz, Garland, Hayton line. So I played two other Arizona lines. I think this was considered the fourth line on FC or Daily Faceoff, wherever. And like as they scored a couple times, I was like, man, why didn't I get any in this line? And I think it's because they were considered the fourth line. But I mean, not bad players, Dvorak, Schmaltz, and Barrett, Hayton. So it's not like they even went off. I mean, Eddie had all the pieces around it. He had Shattenkirk with Tampa 1. If you didn't have Tampa 1, pretty early you knew it was a close the laptop night for you. But Eddie had Yossi. Yossi was, he was a quality play at 3.6% ownership. Darcy Kemper. I really like Darcy, and Eddie had him in his top two lineups. So congrats to Eddie. Just perfectly, just a well-constructed lineup, honestly. 4-3-1. Again, nothing flashy. You don't have to be super flashy to take down these tournaments. For the people that say they're done with stacking, maybe this goes a little bit against that. So I was surprised to see Tampa at only, under 5% ownership for Point and Stamkos. Yeah, why does Arizona always come through? Jake wins with Arizona 3 last year, Arizona 4 now. Yeah, Eddie, Arizona is the key, I guess, for the Osmo people, I suppose. But yeah, I was kind of mad because I had Tampa 1 with, I think, Arizona 1. Well, for sure I had him with Arizona 1, the step-on line, and I think the Richardson line as well. So I needed another inspiring Brad Richardson performance with the Kemper win, and maybe I could have competed with Eddie, but Eddie had the right secondary stack. Congrats to him. Eddie's a stud. Only played 100 lineups, didn't even need the full 150. So good to see there. Overall, you see Osmo up near the top, probably going to be a scarier player once we get these ownerships, an even scarier player once we get these ownership closer to some other sports. People on YouTube keep hating on stacking, but they don't realize for every single bullet that wins 10K, there are 10K people who lost with their single bullets. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, man. That's a good way to put it, Liam. Fabsy, what's up? How's it going? Just a casual Friday stream. Usually spend a little bit more time looking at the bigger slate the night before. Not a man for how crazy Tampa 1 went. It feels like it should have been a better night, like for a lot of pros or a lot of 150ers. I know those aren't synonymous, but yeah. So 150 here, very good player, good player, obviously good player. I mean, so a lot of guys near the top, but it wasn't like you had to stack to kind of hit the nuts here, even though Eddie did. But Eddie was like one of the only people on Arizona. I don't even know what you call that, Arizona 2 or 4 or whatever it was. So the stacking worked last night. Not a lot of secondary stacks went off, and maybe that's why you're not seeing the 150ers all the way up towards the top here. Kreller, there we go. Cash 36 out of 150. It's tough if you're a 150er. I mean, you're gonna have a lot of nights that look like this and this. Testosterone. Let's see. Let's take a look and see what Testosterone did. Tierney, Duclair, Bobby Ryan. Was Ryan the third guy on that line? I think he was. Burns, Carlson. I always like to look at Testosterone's just exposures and see how heavy he's going on defensemen here. Let's see. 66% Burns, 56.7% Carlson. And then a lot of Dallas won. A lot of Boston won. Pitt won. I thought we might get there with Pitt won. We were close. We got the full line goal in the third. We needed. I know Crosby missed a couple opportunities early in the game. Crosby had a goal and an assist. So they were fine. I mean, good for like cashing a decent amount of lineups. A lot of my cashing lineups that weren't Tampa 1 were probably Pitt 1. But I ended up on like 20+% of them. I really, really liked them just for a 5-on-5 matchup. People were a little sour on them. I thought they were a little bit underowned. Gensel, Simone. I mean, I think that's going to be a line I target a lot. So needed the empty net magic or something like that. I can't remember if you could have jammed him in with Tampa 1, but I surely tried. I don't know if you could, actually. Simone was, what was his price? 4K. Yeah, it wasn't like he was mid-salary. So probably couldn't have made it work. Hal Smizzle maxed? Really? Plays hockey? Oh, all right. I mean, yeah, it didn't really work out for him, but where am I? I mean, it didn't work out for me either. Yeah. 670. Yeah, I just didn't really have one that broke free. That's all. Yeah, so kind of weird. Eddie sticks out here, but then everyone else kind of not so great. 3-3 was good to me. D. Kiefer. Wait, where are you? Let's see. Wait, what's your username? Oh. Okay, oh, you're not there. Unless I have your username wrong. Is Testosterone an Osmo contributor? That dude kills it a lot. He is not an Osmo contributor as far as I know. But he does. It's been probably a tough season for him at the beginning, like it has for, a lot of people. You haven't seen a lot of the regulars taking down tournaments all that often so far, especially the large field ones. So, for the stackers, it hasn't been great, myself included. Oh, the Minimax? Let's see what you had. Hip check. Where's the damn... Oh, there we go. Are you up here? Am I missing you somewhere? All right. There we go. Let's see what you got. Did you run all 3-3? Nice. Point, Kucherov, Stamkos, Strome, Shaw, DeBrincat. Yep. That's what I like to see. Ooh. Heavy on Zadorov. At least at the top here. Dumba. Man, Dumba killed me, man. I was super heavy on Dumba. Erik Karlsson kind of killed me too. He had, I think he had an assist and 1 shot on goal. It was like, meh. And the worst part was later in the game, the other Karlsson got an assist, but on NHL.com, it only shows you the first name. And I was like, oh no, Melker Karlsson's line scored. Hopefully I got lucky with an Erik Karlsson assist, and it was not an Erik Karlsson assist because I had Karlsson on a bunch of my top lineups. Let's see. Who did you play? Nice. Good spread here. Ooh, heavy on Detroit 1. I didn't get to a lot of them last night. Heavy on St. Louis 1. Edmonton 1. Man, none of these stacks really went off, so that's pretty good profit for that. I mean, you over doubled up your money. Osmo projections love Dumba. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Don't look at my Minimax. All right, bots. I won't put you on blast here. Missed my single entry by about 12 points. Crosby Gensel played like 25 minutes. Yeah, that's what I was hoping too. Like Pittsburgh, they suck in their current form at least. So what are you gonna do? Play freaking Brandon Tanev and Jared McCann 18 minutes? No, you're going to play Crosby and Gensel 25, and everyone else is going to play like 12, 13, 14 minutes, right? Lucky on Tampa Bay. Had one. Oh, Raj, what's your name? We got time. This is turning into a Manny flex stream here. Are you wanna square up? Where are you? That's you, right, Raj? Want to square up? Want to square up? Yeah, this is you, I think. You had one good lineup. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. That's, I mean, oftentimes how Alex ends up winning. Came in second in the 5K 3 max. Nice. We'll look at that one really quick too. Point, Kucherov. All right. So you did 3-3 as well, it looks like. Raj. Oh no. Ennis snuck in there. I think didn't he have a goal, like, didn't Ennis like get a goal announced by the whatever third party scoring system that DK uses? I'm pretty sure he got credited with a goal. And he was pretty chalky. I mean, Tyler Ennis sucks, but like he was 3,200 playing on top power play. So like I kept getting him too. And I ended up I do this in hockey more often than other sports because like I feel like I'm more like I feel like I know what the good plays are with like the matching and all that stuff. And so being an MMEer, like I don't want to play as much Ottawa 1, so I just limited them. I think I capped them at like 4% or something. I got the nuts in MLB. Oh, we're like 6 months away, thankfully, from MLB. What were we going to look at? The Blue Jackets going to win tonight? We'll see. I think they're favored, so I'd say if I had to guess yes or no, I'd say yes. What was it? Was it the 5K 3 max? Oh, Enforcer. Here we go. Someone said they got second. Fabsy. There we go. Nice. What'd you take it down with? Or what'd you take second down with? There you go. We cashed one lineup, but that's the important one, right? Point. Kucherov. Stamkos. Pretty good start. O'Reilly. David Perron. Tom Wilson. Oh, there you go. The 1.1%. Is it Brendan Goalie? I can't ever remember. Nikita Zaitsev. Oh, you were pretty different for a 3 max. It's a pretty good lineup. All in on Gibson. I mean, so the thing with the new scoring too is like, I had Gibson projected for pretty decent value, and so he didn't kill you. 11.2. Yeah, you would have liked better, but like as long as guys aren't getting pulled, it feels like everyone's just gonna score so close together. Or at least, like, a lot of guys aren't going to score negative. I don't know. What were my exposures yesterday? Which tournament bots? Are you Minimax? I think you're just, why can't I? Let's see what you had, bots. Very spread around. Dumba, Shabbat. I ended up not getting that much Shabbat. I don't know what happened there. I was kind of scrambling towards the end. I ran a crunch, and then the Devils changed their top line, and I had to re-crunch, and it was obviously going slow because it was an 11-game slate. I'm sleeping outside tonight if I lose, Jake. That's how I feel too, man. But that's just like the worst, you know? You go through like a little downswing for like a week, and you feel like you're never going to win. And then you win one time, or at least I win like one time. I have like a 4 or 5x night in NHL, and I'm like, man, wow, you just feel like you can't stop. You just can't wait for the next slate to start. Feels like it's just like a constant cycle of that when you play DFS every day. 100% Hawks. No, he had a pretty good spread here. Winnipeg won. They did pretty well. Line A, I think, had a 4-point night. The rest of the line didn't do incredible. Carlson, Gustafson. Yeah, Mats, I don't know. It felt like you were on the good plays. You only lost $8. That's a win if you're not banking. Will Osmo have projections for Yahoo anytime soon? You know what? I think we could probably make that happen, I think. I'll talk to Alex. All right. What are we at? 3:25 my time, 4:25 for you East Coasters. Should we get into the games here? Or does anybody have anything else for me? Do you use FC? Well, you should if you don't, I think. I like FC. I'm sleeping outside tonight if I lose. Already addressed that one. I'm right there with you. Save me a spot, Raj. Anderson scored negative for me. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be outliers, but I could do without the new goalie scoring, or at least the bonus. All the other bonuses, I think I don't know. I think they're fine. They're not going to change much. Do we have a timeline on when we should get ownership for FanDuel or Yahoo? Yeah, 125 West Coast. Didn't mean to leave you out there, Llama. 225 Mountain Time. Let's see. We don't have a current timeline. I will ask Alex, though. I'll make sure to ask him, and I'll ask him about Yahoo projections. Goalie decisions tonight? Just play everyone. That's what I feel like. All right, let's do this, man. 3.3 implied total for the Panthers, 3.2 for the Sabres. Sergei Bobrovsky, Linus Ullmark, not Carter Hutton. I think Buffalo probably plays tomorrow. That's why you're seeing Ullmark and probably Hutton split. Could be wrong on that. Haven't looked at tomorrow yet. But anyways, here I don't think we're going to see any hard match or anything like that. I will say, I figured before we do have ownership projections for tonight, by the way, guys, if you want to check those out. Yeah, those are out. Those came out, let's see, a little over an hour ago. So go check those out. I think Alex is going to do another run of them a little later tonight to try to get him even more accurate, closer to lock. I figured that Buffalo won, like people would just slam in Buffalo won. It looks like actually they're not going to be that chalky, at least as a full line. So that makes me feel a little bit better about them. The issue I have with Buffalo one is just they haven't been any good at 5-on-5. Like they have one point combined 5-on-5 through 4 games. And like they've been the nuts twice. So they've been lethal on the power play, but that is a lot of money you're paying, 81, 68, and 67 for a line that, I mean, just frankly hasn't been any good at 5-on-5. Like their numbers suck. And that'll probably turn around. I don't expect them to be bad at 5-on-5. But I'm not sure this is the game that really turns it around for them. Sure, it could be. But I do like Eichel. Olafson we have being pretty under-owned, or pretty low-owned, I should say. Buffalo 1 for me. It's a pay up to be contrarian spot. It's not one that I'm going to get to all that often tonight. There are a couple spots that I absolutely love, and this really isn't the one. I do like Buffalo 2 a little bit, especially Marcus Johansson and Jeff Skinner. Skinner at 7,300. That's probably going to scare some people away, but I really do like him at 7,300 here. What's up, Edward? Just ran a crunch, got 100% Eichel. Wow. That's tough. That's tough to get 100% of an $8,100 player. Yeah, Golefson. That's what all the beats say. Is Mayfield a solid choice for a cheap filler? Playing against a high-volume shooting team and leads the team in PK time. Has 7 attempts blocked this year, so he's trying to shoot a lot. That's not a bad call. Mayfield, especially on a shorter slate. He actually does usually grade out pretty well for us, I think, because of the block shot equity. And you're going up against a team that is the king of just putting shots on goal in Carolina. So that's not a bad call on Mayfield. I figured I was going to like Florida 1 here, but when we look at the ownership, I mean, they're pretty chalky tonight. I didn't expect to see that. I mean, good total here, but I figured road team, you're not getting a major discount on Florida 1. So I'm inclined to, yes, I'm still going to stack Florida 1 for sure. I do like them, I think, but everyone likes them. I just didn't realize how much. Got an update saying Letty is questionable for tonight. That's something to monitor for sure. Trocheck, Vetrano, and Conley is a line I'm pretty intrigued by. All on the second power play with Ekblad. I really like Ekblad as a player. Don't really love the $5,100 price tag. But by the way, guys, we will get these grades fixed in the next update. I think Fantasy Cruncher edited something, or they added a column in the player list. So that's going to... I was uploading projections today, and I just realized why everyone's an EE value and point grade here. So I'll get that fixed for you guys with the express packages. So I mean, nothing too crazy in this game as far as where I'm at for exposures. Sharks are on the under here. I kind of like that call, dude. Florida 1 with Barkov, Huberdeau, and Hoffman. Like you would expect, at least I would expect their numbers to be sick together. They haven't been all that good going back to last season. So I'm a little worried about them as crazy chalk at 5-on-5. Like power play time's great when a line's fully correlated like this, but like you're still paying a lot for two lines here in Buffalo 1 and Florida 1 that have not been great at 5-on-5. And for me, it's like when you're paying way up like this, you have to either one, be really awesome at 5-on-5 where your matchup doesn't matter all that much, or have a great matchup, like hard match situation, or you're at home and you're obviously going to avoid the other team's shutdown line, or you have to be cheaper, honestly. And so these two lines, if I was on a bigger slate, I probably wouldn't get to all that often. I don't know. This game, from an ownership perspective, is tough for me to make major stands on. But like I said, I do like Ekblad. Yandel priced up to 5,300. I'm not sure where that's coming from. I still got to some of him. I don't know why I'm in love with Keith Yandel so much, and I guess I just can't quit him. But I'm going to try to, once again, lower the exposure on Keith Yandel because I don't think he's that great of a play, especially not at 5,300. I like Ristolainen. I think the best out of the Buffalo defensemen. Colin Miller is also an okay value. And then Rasmus Dahlin, I don't know if projections have caught up to him. I mean, you expect him to make a big leap in year 2. I mean, the kid is I'm pretty sure he's 19 still, which is wild. Had a solid season last year, and now he's almost 6K. It's not a bad power play spot, I don't think. Bobrovsky has really struggled so far early in the season. So you can see a spot where Dahlin gets 2 points just playing on the top power play. That's been awesome for Buffalo. So I don't mind him, but I would like to use more. I would like to use Dahlin with a combo of Skinner, Eichel, Reinhart, and Olofsson. I keep using Risto instead of Dahlin, and it's hurt me a few times. Me too, man. But I think Ristolainen's going to skate a lot with Eichel, Olofsson, and Reinhart at 5-on-5. So if they get it going and you play, let's say you play Buffalo 1 with Ristolainen instead of Dahlin, I think that's a pretty good way to differentiate yourself. Dahlin greater than Risto. I mean, yeah, in terms of real life play, Dahlin's probably going to be a stud. Ristolainen was supposed to be like what Rasmus Dahlin has been so far. But this is DFS we're talking about. It's a $1,200 discount, and he's probably going to skate a ton with them with what you would expect to be the best line at 5-on-5. Any Furmans tonight or this year for that matter? We can check that out. Let me check scouting the rest. We got some extra time today. Scouting the refs.com. Risto's gone once Montour comes back anyways. Yeah, I like Montour as a player, actually. All right, what do we got here? Florida Buffalo in this game. A guy who's called... I mean, it's too early on samples here, but... actually, they're including games from last year as well, so 74 games for each of these refs. One of the officials looks to be pretty friendly towards calling penalties. The other one closer to average. So not something I really heavily weigh into my process. But if you're single entering and you wanted some sort of tiebreaker, maybe you look at scouting the refs. Corey Perry reference. Wow. Yikes. That guy stinks. All right, Anaheim Ducks, Columbus Blue Jackets, 2.5 implied total for the Ducks, 3 for the Blue Jackets. Ryan Miller expected to go after Gibson went last night. Joonas Korpisalo is the confirmed goalie for CBJ. Don't think we're going to see any matching. Actually, that's a lie. I did look at this earlier today. I think PLD, Pierre-Luc Dubois, and Columbus 1, I think are going to go up against probably Getzlaf, Terry, and Jones if that line sticks together. If you look last night, Anaheim 1 did jumble with their lines, or I should say, not Anaheim 1. Anaheim juggled their lines quite a bit. So they're like the toughest team for me to stack tonight. They do have pieces that I like. Like I like Raquel and Silfverberg. I just wish they would load up one of these lines so we could play them for DFS. Or even if I knew like Henrique, Richie, and Kasha were going to be together, that's a line I would like for cheap. It's just really difficult to stack up Anaheim knowing that, okay, they didn't really skate this morning and then they swapped their lines last night. They're already a team that does like to swap their lines in game. And just from a correlation standpoint, I know it's a 3-game slate and anything can happen. You're looking for raw points and maybe not a stack to go nuts, but tough for me to play them in more than like mini stacks. Yeah, line 1 got split up. Everyone got split up from what I saw. Getzlaf was with Jones, Terry. He was with Terry and Devin Shore. He was with Richie and Kasha for a few shifts. I've got no idea what to do with that. It's probably going to be a call where at 6:30 Eastern, when warm-ups start, then I'll make a call. And if it's all of a sudden Getzlaf with Richie and Kasha, then I would like that line as a full stack. And I would take a chance on them at low ownership, at least those 3 together. Or if for whatever reason it's Getzlaf, Raquel, and Kasha, I mean, sign me up for some of that. But with these lines, the way they are, pretty tough to make a call right now on anyone outside of like one-offs with Kasha, one-offs with Raquel or Silfverberg. And Getzlaf's not the type of guy I love one-offing because he's more of a distributor than a shooter. I do really love Columbus tonight, though. Columbus 1 is one of my favorite lines. You get a nice discount on them compared to these two top lines. I think they're going to be good at 5-on-5. I think if we've got these lines all jumbled like this, if they're going up against Getzlaf, Terry, and Jones, or whoever it is, I think they're going to have a favorable 5-on-5 matchup. Although guys on this line shoot, score goals, play on the top power play, and they're just really affordable. You can stack them up with Seth Jones. You could stack them up with Werenski. They're going to play a ton at 5-on-5 with this top line. So I love everything about it. If you want to get different, stack them with Werenski and hope for an even strength goal from Werenski where you're getting correlation with the top line. Miller, one of the best backups in the NHL. Yeah, he's fine. Not going to scare me, though. Definitely a downgrade from John Gibson because basically everyone is. David Savard is 3,500. Ryan Murray, 3,200. Those guys aren't bad values despite the EEs next to their names. I like Savard a little bit better than Ryan Murray. Goalie on the other side at 3K if you're punting, I think makes for a pretty interesting guy at probably like 3-4% ownership. Actually, we do have ownership. What am I thinking? It's going to take me a while to get used to this. What do we have for Goalie? 2.4%. There we go. That's pretty nice on DK. Other ownerships in this game. I think Columbus 1 looks way under-owned. Atkinson at 30. He's the highest guy, though. I think they should be they're one of the best values of the night, I think. Why Savard projected so high? He's one of those guys that, when he's playing a decent amount of minutes, per 60, he's going to block shots at a good rate. He's going to take shots on goal, or at least attempt a lot of shots per 60. It's just a matter of is he getting 18 minutes or 15 minutes, second pairing or third pairing. And right now he's in the second pairing, kind of a clear top 4 for Columbus. So that's why he usually projects pretty well. CBJ blows? Come on. Well, if you think I'm above playing bad teams at this point in this stream, you must have been watching something else. I play all the bad teams. How is Nyquist fitting in on the first line? I mean, I would expect him to fit in pretty well throughout the season. There's definitely worse lines to play on. And he's a good price. All right, Seth Jones, my favorite defenseman of the night. If you don't like the rest of Columbus, like Josh in chat, you can at least like some Seth Jones. Am I in tonight? I have not seen if the Columbus Josh Anderson is in. Bobrovsky should see a lot of shots. Is he usable in cash lineups? I like Korpisalo or Mrazek in cash better. But that's just me. I mean, yeah, Bobrovsky's going to see volume. Just very, very risky, especially based on how he's played. Cam Atkinson, night to go off. Anaheim gives up at least 33.4 fantasy points per game to line number ones. Not a stat I look at, but I do agree with your first statement. Will these guys remain EE? I want to do some single entry stuff tonight. They will not remain EE. That's my mistake. I didn't. I got the numbers, the projections fixed, so those should be correct. But Fantasy Coacher added a column, and I forgot to account for that. So I'll fix those right after the show, and we'll get you up and ready for that. All right, so it's a wait and see on Anaheim. It is Columbus 1 a lot for me, and then Columbus 3 with Bjorkstrand probably being the most appealing one-off on Columbus 2 once again. And another reason to join Premium Slack is because we'll at the channel at 6:30 Eastern if we see anything weird with the Ducks lines. So really useful for the last few minutes before lock to try to make late swaps and stuff like that to gain a possible edge. Dubois Hattie, Dougie times 2. All right, I like what you're saying there, Ryan H. All right, last game of the night, Islanders, Carolina Hurricanes, 2.7 implied total for the Isles, 3.3 for the Hurricanes. Thomas Greiss and Peter Mrazek in net here. I don't know. This one to me looks like a pretty clear mismatch in Carolina's favor. I think Carolina's going to be really good. I'm not even sure what their record is so far. Can Aho finally do something? I don't know. Are people soured on Aho? Why would you be soured? Aho's sick. Has he sucked so far this season? I don't know. But 6,500. I hope people are soured on Aho. Let's see from the ownership projections what we got. No, he's up there. He's a top 7 or 8 owned guy in the he's 27% right now. I mean, I think he should be higher here. So Carolina probably going to see Stahl, Svechnikov, and McGinn go up the most against Barzal, Lee, Eberle. Normally, the Stahl line is very good defensively. I still think, he will be good defensively this year as a shutdown center. There's some combos where I just won't stack against Stahl when Carolina's at home, when they're going to get just stuck on them the whole game. But Isles 1 has just been so good at generating chances over the last couple years with this trio, Barzal, Lee, and Eberle. So I actually really like Isles 1 as a stack, kind of a contrarian play. I'm looking at some of the ownerships here tonight, and Barzal's getting a little bit, but looks like Lee and Eberle barely going to be getting to double digits in ownership. And I like full stacking them up. Don't really love leaving off anybody here. If I had to, I guess it would be Eberle, but that's probably the chalk guy to leave off in your 2-man Isles stack, honestly. So I'm hoping the ownership is low. They've just been so good, like I said, at 5-on-5, generating some chances, generating a ton of high danger chances. It's really Isles 1 or bust for me on the Isles side. If you want to play Isles 2, Brock Nelson and Josh Bailey don't really do much for me, even though when they're cheap, they usually grade out as decent values. Never really great numbers from a trio with those two guys and whoever else they skate with. And they're probably going to go up against Aho, Niederreiter, Teravainen for a good amount of ice time. And that is a recipe for disaster, in my opinion. Aho, Niederreiter, Teravainen, I think pretty good case to be the top stack of the night. So it looks like I'm going to be heavier on the second 2 game, or I should say pretty heavy on the 7:30 Eastern game and the other 6 o'clock game, not the 6.5 total game. So feels fishy, but that's where we're going to be. I mean, I'm kind of living and dying by Carolina 1 tonight, it looks like. I really, really, really love them. And if people are going to not like them because they haven't been good so far, if you're watching game logs or whatever, I don't really care. They're going to... Here, I think on average, they generate as many scoring chances at 5-on-5 as anyone. And I think that trio should be able to put some of them home. This is not the old Carolina team where they can't finish, I don't think. Jury's still out on that, but that's not how I foresee this team this season. Carolina 2, nothing but a secondary play for me. If you want a one-off Svechnikov for 5,700, maybe add him to your Carolina 1 stack. I mean, by all means, or go Dougie, Svechnikov, and hope they hook up on the power play or something. 2 talented players there. Gardner at 3,400, playing on the third pairing. I'm trying to see how many minutes he played last game, because I think he was also the third pairing last game, but if I remember correctly, the minutes were pretty close. Oh, man. I do not remember correctly. 15 minutes last game. That kind of blows. God, I hate guys like this, like Yandel the other night where it worked out, but third pairing defenseman with the flashy PP1 tag. I don't know, dude. Gardner's a decent player, though. It's not like Gardner is a plug. Like, he does attempt shots. I'm probably going to be okay with it. I'm probably not going to cap him, and I'll just let it ride with whatever I get. If I get 20% of him, okay. There's worse guys tonight to play, and right now it's like my 5th or 6th highest owned defense, and I think I can live with that. I like Dougie a lot. The problem is he's expensive, and he's also getting as much ownership as everyone not named Seth Jones. So I do prefer Jones in a pretty big way tonight for $200 less. I love Dougie. I love Seth Jones here just a little bit more though. So, but he's a UND grad, so Gardner is a lock. Well, I don't know what that means. Did you go to UND or something? What else do we got here? Ryan Pollock at 4,800. Usually my preferred Islanders D-men, and that's no different tonight. Very little bits of Letty for me, and Devon Tays at 4K. Maybe he gets a bump in ice time. I don't. If Letty's out, someone mentioned Letty might be out. Let me check on this. I didn't see anything about this. Yeah, Gardner's from around here. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Maintenance day for Letty and Cizikas. That was yesterday. What do we got here? We'll purify them like Prince in Purple Rain. Well said. Nick Letty, undisclosed, be a game time decision. All right. Well, there you have it. Iffy against Carolina. All right, so Letty's iffy. Just be aware. Will you have any swap options here? Because you're not going to know the Letty news until after these 2 games lock. So you're really only left with this game. I suppose you could swap down to Mayfield. That's not the end of the world. Or Dobson. It's not the end of the world either. So you got options. If you do want to play yourself some Nick Letty. You know what? I wonder... Man, I wonder if Letty being out even boosts Isles 1 even more. Like maybe they just load up the top power play and go Eberle on PP1 with Pollock. You playing one player versus your goalie? I don't think I need to tonight. So as of now, no. I usually don't on 3-game slates. By the way, Carolina 3 for a third line tonight. That's a pretty good one. Probably my favorite third line if we don't get Richie, Henrique, and Kasha. But even if that was a line, Carolina 3, very live for the Josh stack. Don't be sleeping on the mini boys. Skull crazy. Well, I would not have been able to tell you're a Minnesota guy. Yeah, I guess. Don't be sleeping on the mini boys. All right. What else do we got here? Wow, a lot of you guys playing hockey tonight. Did not think there would be this many people watching this stream, but pretty cool. Nhl Dfs. This is as popular as it's going to be this season. And if you do want to become a premium member, try us out for a week. We've got an express package. If not, promo code Hit the Ice gets you 50% off your first month of any... well, actually, the only monthly package we currently have, which is the All Access package. Premium Slack is a great place to be tonight for alerts and such. If you are a premium subscriber, everyone in chat telling me where they're from. Minnesota #1 except at every sport. That's funny. I'm not really a Minnesota sports fan, so I find that pretty funny. What do we got here? Are people having trouble with FC in Chrome? I'm not. Yeah, good point, Raj. On Yahoo, there's 2 goalies. Would you still not run a guy versus your goalie on that site? I probably would there. I think I would be okay. Unfortunately, when NBA DFS starts, popularity may fall off a bit. Yeah, a lot actually. So that'll be sad. But we are getting good contests, and they are filling. So maybe they'll keep them around, and maybe keep a couple NHL or some NBA guys that just want to casually put it in their 150 in NHL, like what Alex is doing, like what Tom does. When those guys are playing NBA, they're also making NHL lineups, and that helps fill the tournaments and continues to keep them bigger, especially on Tuesday and Thursday for the bigger slates. I mean, you can't ask for 20K to first like we have tonight on 3-game slates when NBA is going on, especially when Wednesday and Friday and I think Wednesday and Friday are kind of the premier days for NBA as far as I know. Maybe we will win once NBA starts, Jake. That's a good point too, Raj. I've had one night last Thursday. Other than that, it's been tough sledding out here. So a lot of sharks taking my money at NHL. Probably a lot of you guys. How do you set up FC for hockey? What do you mean? How do I set it up? Like, what are my settings? I don't know. I'm not going to tell you exactly what my settings are, but let's see. I'll pull up Osmo.com. Ooh, that's weird. I see myself right now. It's like an inception of myself. So I would go to Tools, Fantasy Cruncher, FC. Let's say we're going on Draftkings. FC Pro ownership column that is included with your FC Pro subscription. Pretty cool stuff. You could buy that as an additional add-on with your Osmo Plus FC package with us. Always make sure the game filter's correct tonight. There's really only one. I wonder if are they going to do a showdown for this? They probably will on DK. But what I would do is, I'd upload projections here from the site. Maybe add some randomness. If you have normal randomness, you only have this. Can I not even add that? Whatever. I have normally distributed randomness, so FC Pro randomness. So whatever I want to do, 100%. There you go. You might want to play around with this. If you wanted to make some team stacks, let's say you wanted to correlate your goalie with a player on your team, there you go. Team stacks. Let's say you wanted to be like Slewfoot and go 1, 2, 3. Actually, Slewfoot's probably. I don't have Slewfoot settings, guys, so I'm just guessing at what he does. He's probably watching this and laughing at me, thinking I could know what he's doing with his settings. Maybe he doesn't even use FC. I'm not sure. But if you wanted to do something like this, I don't know. Maybe you want to include fourth lines too. Then I would just start running the projections and see what happens. Pick out which lineups you like. FC filters in general. How do you feel about a defenseman for the flex utility spot? I like that. On smaller slates, I do like that. It's a good way to differentiate if there aren't a ton of goals scored. Tonight, I mean, we've got, well, let's see, 1, 2, Pulak, Hamilton, Jones, Werenski I would put into the top category tonight. Got Ristolainen and Dahlin. Yeah, I think you got some pretty good options for defensemen where it's viable tonight. Like some 3-game slates, you're going to have, if the Sharks played and then it was a bunch of teams like Anaheim, Arizona, where it's like there's no clear like stud player. Slewfoot's doing all right no matter what he's doing. So, yeah, Slewfoot's doing okay. I do like it tonight. I think we've got a good mix of defensemen with upside. Aren't Jake's projections already uploaded to FC? Let's see. Are they on here? Are these... Let's see. Did we get this correct yet? No, these are still FCs. We don't have them yet. So right now you have to manually upload. Can you run a fantasy crunch? Sure. Let's run 20 lineups. These are with FC's projections, so this is not my actual crunch. Who do you like more, Fowler or Gardner? Gardner. And here's what you got. If you have FC Pro, you can sort by projected ownership. Really cool tool to use. Yeah, I think ownership projections are hopefully going to change the game for us. Not hopefully. They're going to provide a pretty good edge for premium subs to Osmo.com and FC Pro members as well. You can see what's your chalkiest lineup, what's your least chalky lineup down here. Ooh, I kind of like this lineup, to be honest. There you go. There's your D-man in the flex, Rasmus Ristolainen. Not bad, not bad. So that's in general how I do it. There's obviously a bunch of other stuff that goes into setting up FC. You can keep it super simple. You can run a bunch of different kind of stacks. I usually get away from all my lineups being 3-3s on a night like tonight, but I think it's still viable on a 3-gamer. All right. That's pretty much going to do it. Can't believe we made it through an hour for these 3-gamers. I must ramble a lot, but thanks, guys, for sticking with me. What do we have coming up this weekend? Let's see. We've got On the Contrary tomorrow. I don't even know who the guest is, but you're going to want to tune in regardless. It's going to be Alex, Osmo Baker, and Chris Baggs, and then we'll have a special guest on. Always a very good show. What else do we have? If you didn't check out, if you want more FC stuff for NFL, check out Chris Randone and Manny Laura. They did a show this morning, as they do every Friday, breaking down some of their favorite FC strategies and some of their favorite games, game stacks, all that stuff. So that's also a very good show that I watched this morning. Osmo Odds Betting Show was earlier today. Yahoo NFL show. We love Yahoo here. Make sure you go over there and play in their Week 6 NFL contest. Very low management fees over there. You can tell I'm not reading off a script because I wouldn't have made that mistake. But low management fees over there on Yahoo. Week 6 baller, 150 max. $10 I think is one of the softer MME tournaments you're gonna find out there. So go take advantage. Play on Yahoo. You just paste the ownerships next to the projections. What do you mean? The ownerships are right here if you have SC Pro. Florida 1 or Carolina 1 tonight. If I was doing just one lineup, it would be Carolina 1. But since I'm playing a bunch, I'm going to have both of them. I think I'm going to have more Carolina 1, to be honest. Hit like for Heartbreak Jake. I didn't know that was my nickname, but I suppose I'll take it. There's probably worse nicknames you could call me than that. All right, guys. Thanks for joining. I will be back tomorrow. I'll have cheat sheets out, projections. I will get those rankings fixed for you guys. My bad on that one. I'll start working on that right now. Should be uploaded in a couple minutes here. And thanks for tuning in, as always. If you want to hit the like button on the way out, that would be helpful. And I'll be back probably for a solo stream tomorrow afternoon. Good luck, guys.